It's a full grid, and it's a beautiful sight to see. And we've got him this time. Green flag to one. Gafera trying to stick a nose to the inside of Garcia. He ultimately backs out of it, but gets into second. Good start for the inside row as backwards goes Aiden Ingrata to third. Sebastian Weldon drops in line behind Rivera. Jacob Kolar moves into the fourth spot, and they'll fan out through the bowl here for the first lap.
And Ingrata did not have a good start in the outside row, finds himself in third. Although he's doing a lot better than we've seen before, he has not had good luck this weekend. After coming off of a good winter campaign, he is now on the inside of Grafera. He's going to try to make it stick. Grafera doesn't want to give it up off of lap one. Boys, come on, settle down. As Grafera now goes into P3. Now he's going to have a little contact with Kolar, and he goes back all the way to the fourth position. Kolar up to third, and Ingrata now finds himself up into P2.
Quickly shuffled out of line. You think they maybe had a little bit of a target for him, or thinking Gafera was going to be a major threat in this final and tried to get rid of him. So Ingrata going by, and then Kolar by right after. And now he's got his teammate in the form of Ernesto Rivera on the bumper as Sebastian Weldon trails from them about 2 car lengths back. Garcia, your leader, down to turn number 4.
Garcia is on point. Ingrata P2. Third place is going to be Jacob Kolar. These three can maybe work together, get away from the field. Oh, a little bit of a shove there from Ingrata going into turn number 6. Now to turn 7. Are they going to defend? Are they going to pass? Here comes Ingrata on the inside. Is Kolar going to follow? He's going to attempt to. Garcia's on the outside line. Garcia's going to blend right back in behind Ingrata.
Yeah, here they come out of turn number 9. Kolar gets a little bit out of shape. He's got the field bearing down. Gafera did not forget that aggressive move. He won't show him any patience. He goes right by an 11, and they're going to freight train Kolar as he tries to get in line. Weldon goes by, so does Miller. Kolar drops all the way down to the 7th position, and they move up ahead of him as the top 2 get a little bit of separation. Ingrata pulling away with Garcia now by 4 to 5 car lengths back to Gafera.
Ingrata and Garcia are in a good situation trying to put a little bit of gap on the field if they want to sit where they are. Caleb Gafera, though, is really kind of antsy to get back up towards the front. Right behind him, I believe that is Stephen Miller. I could be wrong about that one. Stephen Miller's back towards the field. He is running with Jacob Kolar as they make their way over up into turn 9 and 10.
Yeah, you got Caleb Gafera, then Ernesto Rivera, then we've got Sebastian Weldon, then Kolar, who's worked his way back past Stephen Miller in the previous lap, and Sebastian Weldon, fastest driver on the racetrack last time by, might be doing it again this time. Here we go, challenge for the lead. Garcia to the inside and through. Max Garcia takes the helm here as they climb the hill for 3.
You can see how much the gap after that one pass has started to close back up. Ingrata and Gafera. Gafera's getting a little bit of help from Ernesto Rivera as they make their way into turn number 4. The rest of the field starting to bunch back up and might easily see 5, maybe 6 carts start digging it out for the win here shortly.
Yeah, we could definitely see a big pack here forming. Gafera definitely coming. Rivera was purple last time, but Weldon obviously thinks he's better. Sebastian Weldon takes over the 4th spot, gets himself back to where he started, 2 spots higher than where he started now. So the Hot Wheels Racing JC Karting team entry closing up and moves into 4th, trailing the leaders by about a half second as Gafera gets to the rear bumper of Ingrata and looking to pull the trigger. Pulled out too early down the front stretch, though, to try and surprise him as there's another pass. Kolar going by Rivera now for 5th.
Max Garcia, again, after the racing yesterday, he said that he was not satisfied with 2 second places. This is the first of 2 races for him. He's doing double duty in this X30 Junior along with KA Junior. Right now he's sitting on point, but someone else is going to want a good result. Ingrata, we haven't talked about him a lot. We have, but he has not been able to finish well, whether it be bad luck or just situations that he was put in. He now finds himself in the 2nd spot and a good contingency to possibly challenge for the win as Caleb Gafera, also somebody who had a poor race in the X30 series or class, finds himself in P3.
Here they come up the hill. 3 car lengths separating Gafera back to Weldon. Weldon is coming. He's down to 2 car lengths back. Gafera knows that he's trying to get by Ingrata. This time he's able to do it, and look at that. 1 pass, and Sebastian Weldon gets right to the tail as they come down the back straightaway here. 1 car length between Garcia and Gafera into turn number 4. And they'll all suck back up here. So again, still 7 drivers loosely tied together in the lead group. 5 laps in, 19 to go.
Garcia looked back and saw he had a little bit of a gap. Probably is not as big as he wants. And here comes Gafera up to the back bumper. Is he going to roll his momentum? Goes down to the inside. Tries to even get around. He does. Garcia tries to blend back into traffic. And they're all going to bunch up from behind. Garcia falls back into P2. And it looks like everyone else is going to stay in order.
Yeah, Sebastian Weldon, the big loser right there. He just lost 2 more spots just had gotten by Jacob Kolar and Ernesto Rivera. Took him a couple laps to do it. He now finds himself back in the 6th position. Down the front stretch, Gafera, your leader, up the hill. Garcia, Ingrata, 1, 2, 3. Then Kolar, and then Rivera, the top 5.
Garcia had a quick look over his shoulder, sees that he has got a mirror full of Aiden and Grata running in the 3rd spot. Those two have been in command most of this race. Gafera now finds himself out in front. Kolar, Jacob Kolar, running in the 4th position, also in that front pack. There are roughly about 7 karts up in the mix. So we're watching Grata possibly try to make a move, but there's a little bit of separation between Jacob Kolar and Sebastian Weldon. Weldon running in P6 is leading that second group. Sorry, he's in P5 now, able to get up one more spot, finds himself leading that second pack.
Yeah, Weldon able to get by in turn number 8 into the 5th position. So he gets by on Rivera, goes back to work as Max Garcia reclaims the lead in turn number 1 on Caleb Gafera. And he'll lead them down the back straightaway with 17 laps to go.
Out of turn 3, here's the best passing, or one of the best passing opportunities. No one is going to take it. Garcia still leads that entire pack. The lead kart of Max Garcia now is cutting the air for the rest of the field, allowing them to close back up. And there's a couple of stragglers not too far behind. But now Sebastian Weldon has joined the party, not too far behind Jacob Kolar, making the way in turn 8. No one blocks, no one tries to pass. We're working lap 17. It's about to be 16 laps out of the 24-lap feature complete.
Yeah, 16 laps.
To go.
To go, yeah, sorry. 18 laps, or 8 laps completed, 16 to go. Max Garcia's not tripped out by it one bit, unlike us, and he's leading them through to 1 once again with Gafera. Just a light little tap down the straightaway, and everyone kind of riding there in the lead pack. I'd say Stephen Miller and Ernesto Rivera, they seem to be about a 10th or 2 off the pace they need to win, but they're able to hang on to these guys by them just kind of passing every so often and keeping the draft. So Garcia leading the 7-car lead group, but I think realistically you've got about 5 players that could all play a factor in the outcome of this one. Into turn 8, Ingrata looking for second on Gafera. He'll bring Jacob Kolar with him, and so will Sebastian Weldon as Weldon gets into 4th and covers it off into 9. So nice move by Sebastian Weldon to move 1 spot higher in the top 5. Kolar as well up to 3rd.
Gafera looked like he may have dropped his right rear off the track. It's going to take a little bit to get the dust cleaned off as Garcia still leads going into turn 1. Ingrata under attack from Jacob Kolar running in the 3rd position. And that he is going to use that to his favor. That is Garcia as he's opened up about 2 kart lengths. Again, he's cutting the air. There goes Ingrata on the inside. Weldon tries to follow. I don't think Ingrata's be able to clear him. They're still side by side. Oh! Off goes Jacob Kolar. Falls all the way back. Somehow managed to save it.
That was a heck of a save by Jacob Kolar. Kind of got muscled there at the exit of turn number 4. And now Weldon on Ingrata. He'll go by. Max Garcia getting a massive lead forming now as Ingrata tries to fend off Gafera. He does. Sebastian Weldon up to P2, highest he's been all weekend. Here comes Gafera back on Ingrata. He knows that's important in the championship fight. He takes back the 3rd position. And a furl black flag given to one of them that time by. I think it might have been to Ingrata, but I'm not sure.
Ingrata, though, is going to put his head back down. He came out of the final couple of corners. He said, all right, got to work in the draft, get in the right headspace. He's trying to make a move on Gafera. Looks like he's going to clear. One more try to follow from behind. Not going to work out for him. It is now Ingrata up 1 more position. That pushes him up into P3. Gafera falls back into the 4th spot.
Yeah, a little ways further back here for Caleb Gafera. Into turn number 8, through the hairpin, out and over to turn at number 9. Couple car lengths back from Weldon with them shuffling. Weldon will be a good test to see how he's going to end up this lap compared to Max Garcia's pace as they came by the line last time by. 7.5 tenths the difference. Garcia a little quicker. What's this time look like? Weldon's a little bit better. 1/10 better as Gafera gets by on Ingrata there, and that was tight. A lot of close quarters racing between those 2 drivers. I mean, they were on the limit going through 1 of how much space they could give. And Ernesto Rivera was even looking to maybe go by for 4th, but ultimately Ingrata through a nicely timed defensive move. He hangs on to P4.
Gafera got a little bit of an advantage going into turn 6, now turn 7. Although down to the inside, I don't know why you're defending that far back, but it's going to pan out for Gafera. He now opens up a little bit of a lead. Sebastian Weldon, after taking 1/10 off, he is close to drafting distance to Max Garcia out in front. Currently, Garcia's got a huge lead, and I think he was hoping to keep Sebastian Weldon and the rest of the drivers at bay, because once you get into that toe, it's just a matter of time we can edge back up. Last time by, he closed it down to 0.3 of a second is the gap between himself and Garcia. Weldon also went purple, ran 0.3 faster that lap.
Yeah, Weldon really quick right now here, so he is digging. And again, Caleb Gaffera, like you said, 0.2 quicker as well, so he's also closing the gap. Garcia will not be able to walk away with this one. Sebastian Weldon, what a weekend it would be here. If he could come from the back or midfield to get to third yesterday and then win today, it'd be huge and a big boost in his confidence, I'm sure, for the rising X30 junior driver as they come out of turn number 9. Garcia still the leader by 3 car lengths back to Weldon, 4 to 5 back to Gaffera, and now down to a car length away for the top 2 as they come to see 11 laps to go, 13 complete. Here comes Weldon to the bumper into 1.
Wondering how long Weldon's going to wait to make his move. Garcia has been fast all race long, although Garcia is also fast by himself. Sebastian Weldon able to close it up by himself. Not a lot of defensive driving there from Garcia going into 4, although if Sebastian Weldon's able to get by Garcia, I have a feeling Garcia's probably be able to stay with him when he gets into the toe.
Yeah, Garcia did throw a small little block, a last-minute brake fade into turn number 4, but it wasn't major. And as they go through 8, seems like everyone's taking a normal line there, but Gaffera's group is definitely quicker now than the 2 working together out front. So Weldon either needs to go or hopefully become a better pusher with Garcia, because otherwise you've got 3 more drivers coming to join you. Gaffera, Ingrata, and Kolar are all still in it. And here we go down the front stretch. Sebastian Weldon looking for the lead. He's got it in turn number 1. Sebastian Weldon to the point in through turn number 3. Garcia back to second. Aiden Ingrata closing up with Gaffera. Look at Garcia back down the inside in 4.
Garcia wasted no time getting straight into the toe of Sebastian Weldon, used it to his advantage. He's out in front, and Gaffera and Ingrata, using the battle to that advantage that they have, are now closing up. We're about to see another 4-car battle for the lead. Down to the inside to defend was Sebastian Weldon. Gaffera is trying to crossover move side by side up through 9, and it's going to stack the rest of the field up. Ingrata thought about going on the inside there for a moment.
Gives Max Garcia a little bit of space now as Gaffera goes back to push Weldon. He watched Weldon run back to Garcia, so he knows he's got some pace. And now, is he going to go for it on him? He's trying it. Gaffera takes over second. Weldon back to third.
And once again, Garcia has an advantage. Probably about 5 or 6 kart lengths making their way out of turn 3. Now coming into 4. Gaffera gets a little sideways going into forward. Able to hold off the line. Sebastian Weldon still tucked in. And Aiden Ingrata, the man who probably wants a win worse than Max Garcia, if he does, is right there in the 4th position. Not too far back, Jacob Kolar, who has worked his way from losing it a couple laps back, finds himself also up in the mix.
Aiden Ingrata with a nice pass on Weldon in turn number 8. So move Ingrata up into 3rd. Kolar, the next one in line. Stephen Miller and Ernesto Rivera have caught back up to this group here. They were fading a little bit. They are now up to the mix for the X30 juniors. Down the front straightaway, here comes Garcia back on Gaffera. He'll get through. Max Garcia back to the lead. Gaffera to second.
Just like that, the top runners are now bunched up. There's the fast 2. Garcia and Gaffera. Gaffera down the inside, and Ingrata tries to follow. Let's see if Ingrata's be able to clear him. I think he is. And also Sebastian Weldon trying to get it up on the mix. Sebastian Weldon's going to lose a spot because of that, and Jacob Kolar is going to now find himself in the 4th spot.
Yeah, Jacob Kolar now down to P5 here. Sebastian Weldon trying to get back into the mix as Ingrata takes over the lead in 8. Garcia's going to go by. Gaffera slots into 4th just ahead of Weldon. Then Ernesto Rivera in the 6th position as Aiden Ingrata will lead them to see 7 laps to go this time by.
Top 3 still close, and there's a little bit of a gap before we get to 4, 5, and 6, and then a break to 7 of Ernesto Rivera. He's sitting back and watching. I don't know if he's not being able to keep up with them or if he's going to wait till the final 5 before he starts to push it. Honestly, with the race that this has been going, he may not be in the worst situation. Sebastian Weldon peek down the inside, do a little defensive driving. Top 4 still nose to tail, being led by Aiden Ingrata, but now I believe that is Max Garcia out in front.
Yeah, Max Garcia at the point. Jacob Kolar up to 3rd. Here comes Ingrata for the lead. Kolar will follow. Kolar going to get shuffled there. 3 wide for the lead almost. Now Gaffera, the odd man out. So is Weldon. Weldon's going to drop all the way back to 6th, maybe 7th. 6th for Weldon, 4th for Gaffera. Weldon now blocks into 11 to hang on over Stephen Miller, and it is 6 laps to go.
Ingrata goes down to defend. Here comes Kolar. Had to try to run the high line down low. Out of turn 3, Ingrata blocks again. He is going to lose his momentum all the way going down to the line. A couple drivers have their hands up in the air, probably not saying what's going on, or give me a little bit of a push. And it looks like Ingrata may have overstepped it coming out of 4. Kolar on the back bumper. Garcia wants to get up on front, and here comes Gerfera, also on the back bumper of Garcia.
Yeah. We got problems coming into the turn 10 complex. The 732 machine has gone around and is beached on the curb. That is going to be Lorenzo Castillo. Anyway, 5 to go with the line. Ingrata's done a beautiful job defending and backing the field up. Yellow flags waving. They can't pass in the last turn. They can pass now down the front straightaway. Here comes Kolar. Garcia feeling the heat. Oh, it's on top. And there they go. Kolar gets dislodged. Ingrata hangs onto it. They both lose ground. And it's Max Garcia to the lead with Gafera to second.
That was a little bit of a pass there from Kolar. I respect the tryability of it, but it didn't pan out for him. They are somewhat going to stay with the group, but right now there's a 4-car breakaway. Garcia out in front. Now it's Gerfera in P2, and look who's now up in the mix. Stephen Miller, who's been waiting back, is now finding himself in an ideal situation.
Well, not just Miller here, as we see, Weldon trying to get by Ingrata. Ingrata's 4 wide to the outside. Weldon going to lose a lot of ground. Now it is going to be the odd man out for Teddy Musella. And Kolar hangs on, and it's a 4-driver breakaway up front. Garcia on defense mode.
Down to complete one more lap. 4 to go this time by. They're all going to the low line. Garcia, Gerfera, Rivera, and Miller. Miller gets a little bit low trying to get around Rivera. Not going to happen for him. Going out of turn 3. Nose to tail. Everyone in the tow. Garcia goes down to defend. Miller tries to hold it high and see if he can get a better run out of 4. They're still nose to tail. P2 right now, Caleb Gerfera is going to hope they can get a little bit of help as they're reeling in on Max Garcia. The best passing point still yet to come. Here comes Ingrata and Kolar. They're trying it again as they make their way down to turn 8. A little bit of contact there, I think. Garcia still holds position. Miller trying to see if he can get around Rivera. And now he is going to chime in right behind Garcia. Loses one more spot. They're still pushing and shoving out of 10.
Yeah, Miller now hung on the outside here. There goes Kolar. There goes Sebastian Weldon, who gets put onto the curb in turn number 10. He hangs onto it. Good little save as Miller gets himself back into line. And it's Garcia and Gafera out in front again over Ingrata. Then Ernesto Rivera, then Jacob Kolar, then Miller, and then Weldon. Somehow everyone's still together. Garcia, seeing that Gafera's just there, not going to do a crazy block this time. They will fight hard behind him, though, as they come out of 4 with 2.5 laps to go. Max Garcia finds himself in a spot similar to yesterday with Caleb Gafera hot on his heels.
Ingrata running in 3rd, seeing that in front. That was Garcia going for a block a little bit wide there towards the back of the field. I think that was Sebastian Weldon may have gone a little wide coming out of turn 8. But now Ingrata up into P3 has caught to the back bumper of Gerfera. Gerfera trailing by about half a kart length to 1 kart length behind Matt Garcia. Coming out of the final corner, this is going to be the white flag. One more time to go, and it's still, 2 to go at the line, and it is still anyone's race. Garcia went down to defend able to get around of Max Garcia. Garcia now is going to chime back. They're side by side, almost 3 wide out of turn 3. Here comes Ingrata, see if he can't get his nose in. Garcia out in front. Gerfera gets turned around by Kolar.
They're both gone in turn 4. Kolar's gone. Gafera's gone. Ingrata the leader. Then Garcia, then Rivera, then Weldon. Look at the pack still. 10 drivers strong and X30 Junior into the hairpin.
I have no idea if I have any predictions how this is going to pan out. There's still 4 karts eligible for a win. Almost 6 if you count these 4 having some sort of incident out of turn number 10. Ingrata leading the way over Garcia. And now there's Sebastian Weldon able to catch up. And he tries to hit on the high side as we're coming down to the white flag.
What a crossover move by Sebastian Weldon down to the inside of Rivera. He lost the momentum. Look at Max Garcia down the inside. Garcia to the lead. Side by side with Ingrata as they go up the hill. Through turn 3, tries to crowd him. They make contact. Garcia around the outside to the lead, down to 4 on the final lap.
Everyone went to the inside to defend. 1 or 2 drivers decided to stay out. They're still going to be side by side over through the chicane. This is not a good idea. Making their way into turn 6 as there's another pass back.
Ingrata through to 5, gets the new lead. Rivera now on the defense mode. Max Garcia trying to make one final run at it. He's flipped the script from yesterday. Can he get close enough to Ingrata to get him into the final turn? Aiden Ingrata, a last lap loss to a last lap gain. Final corner, he blocks it. Garcia, not gonna be enough. Aiden Ingrata will win it across the line by 0.04 of a second.